So today I'm going to talk about how to open up an Illustrator file and how to set up the document for the project that we're working on, which is project number 2 in Design 100. So the first thing I'm going to do, first of all, I'm working on a Mac, and there are Mac labs at SCAD. So if you go to the computer area that's by the elevators on the 3rd floor and you sit down at one of those computers, what you want to do is you want to log in, and then once you log in, you're going to see all of these icons on the bottom. And your setup might be a little bit different because I'm doing this at home on my personal computer, but we're just going to move forward as if it's a very similar setup. So the first thing you want to do is you want to click on the icon for Illustrator, and this is going to pop up, and then you're going to press Create New. If you were starting from scratch, I will say that I'm going to set this up, and then I'm going to send you the exact file that I set up, so that you can open it up in your email, and you can just click on it and drag it into Illustrator. It will pop up and everything will be set up already. It will be a template for you. But I wanted to show you how you would set up the template. So here I am. I'm going to go to Art and Illustration, which was right there. And now I'm going to go over here. I'll get a little closer. And I'm going to put project 2, and I'm going to put my name, okay, with a period. So that's how I'm going to name it. Then I'm going to go over here. This is under points. That's the unit of measurement. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to go to inches. All right, so I'm going to switch over to inches. And now, do you see this right here? This is the artboard, and I'm going to go up to 4 artboards, okay? Because we actually have 4 parts of the project, each one on its own sheet of paper. So I'm going to set this up so that there are basically four artboards that mimic the 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper that you're going to be printing out, but I'm having them in the same document, which is really convenient. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to set the width and the height, and I'm going to do that so that it is the size of a piece of computer paper. So I'll do 11 for the width, and I'll do 7 for the height. Okay, and then I'm going to press Create, and that's what we have now. Okay, so there we go. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to get my chair silhouette into the document. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my my email. I actually already have it opened up. So here's I emailed myself this screenshot. So you can see it's a screenshot right there, and that's of the chair. I'm going to click and drag. So I'm going to click and drag this. Oh, that didn't work. Well, that's good to see too. So let's go back to this right here. I'm going to download it. Okay, and I'm going to save the file, okay, and press OK. Let's scooch this back so you guys can see it. So now I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to press this, and I can now open the file. Let's see if that's, yep, that's what I want. Okay, so now I'm going to click on that again, and I'm going to click and drag this over here. Oh, and it's doing the same thing. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that again. Let's do this one more time. So I'm going to go back to my email, and I'm going to click and drag it onto the desktop. And I'm going to replace this. And here it is right there. I have a messy desktop. Do you also see that the chairs I have in my house are the same chairs? That's CAD. Okay, now here's my chair. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it into my document. And I'm going to bring it into my document. Here's my document, my Illustrator document. I'm going to go under File, and I'm going to press that, and I'm going to come down to Place. all right? And then I'm going to go to desktop, and I'm going to go to this image right here, okay? And I'm going to open that up, and I'm going to place it. There it is. Okay. Now, the next step is that we want to do an image trace, okay? So there's my silhouette that I've cut out, and I want it to turn into a vector file so that it changes the image file, the JPEG, into a series of dots that relate to one another. In other words, it changes it into a vector. So then I can manipulate it. I can make it big, I can make it small. I don't have to worry about pixelation. That's sort of the magic of the vector image. So how I do that is the following. I'm going to go up to Object. Well, first of all, let me say this. So here's my toolbar right here, and I have it on the arrow tool, okay, right there. So it's clicked on that. Now, whatever object that I'm working with, I want to make sure that that I click on it. So, and these little guys show up. These little four little squares show up, and that means that that is the thing that I'm actually working on. Okay. So now I'm going to go up to Object, and I'm going to scroll down to Image Trace, and I'm going to go over to Make and Expand. Now, if Make and Expand does not, if it's not highlighted, it means that you actually have to go up to Rasterize first and press that. I'm not going to do it, but you would press that, and it does something magical to the image that allows it to then be live traced or image traced. So then I can, once I rasterize it, then I can come down to Image Trace and go over here and go to Make and Expand. So we're going to press that, and then it just turned. Did you see it get a little bit darker with the blue dots? That is indicating that it just turned it into a vector image. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to the Magic Wand tool, and if the Magic Wand tool does not show up on your menu bar, on your toolbar, then what you want to do is you want to go to Help, and you want to, this is for anything that you can't find, you're going to look up Magic Wand, and then it will show you, exactly where to go, and then you can click on it there, okay? But it was in my toolbar, because everybody's toolbar is going to be customized in a different way. And you can actually sit down at your computer or at the school computer and customize that toolbar the way you like it. All right, so now what I'm going to do is this, let's move this over here. So this is actually a chair on a white background, and we just want it to be a chair. So what we have to do first is, it's a vector image, but we've got to get rid of that white background. So we're going to take the Magic Wand tool, and I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to click on the white background, which I just did, and then I'm going to press Delete, and this is what happens. I'm going to redo that so you can see it. I'm going to press Delete right now. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you see what it does. It keeps it a vector image, but now it doesn't have a white background. Now I can put this puppy right in the center of my first artboard, and that is the very first requirement that you have. Remember, you have 4 requirements. This one is going to be your image that is vectorized and just by itself in the middle of the page. This one is going to be a composition where the positive is prevalent. This one is going to be an image where the negative space is going to be prevalent, and this is going to be a composition where it's balanced. I want to add one more thing. We need to, the reason why I said that your composition has to be 7 inches by 10 inches